Hey guys, ViscoseColumn24 here, bringing you a real quick redstone tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you all how to build this. It is my 7x7 cave door that should work on Java Edition, Bedrock Edition, and Legacy consoles. Now of course this doesn't work for every version, seeing as it does use the modern components, but I did try my hardest to make it so that it would work on all of the current versions of the game for Java Edition, Legacy Console, and Bedrock Edition. Now, a few things to note. This door doesn't work before 1.16, but if you do want it to work for Java Edition pre 1.16, you just need to change up that little bit there to look more like this, so that the pistons won't break the dust. And once you have that, that should fix it for older versions. Now, this door is actually relatively compact. I'm pretty happy with the results. It is 15 blocks wide, 22 blocks tall, and 8 blocks deep. So it has a volume of 2,640 blocks, which is honestly, I'm pretty proud of that size. It's not too huge, and considering it does work on all the current versions, I think that this is an achievement. So yeah, I guess without further ado, let's just get into the tutorial. Also, before I forget, here's just proof that it does work on Java Edition. As you can see, it all closes, and when I flick the lever again, it will also all open. So yeah, for anyone wondering, here it is working on Java Edition. So now to start off your door, you're going to want to start by putting a temporary block down, and then 4 pistons in a tower right above it. You can break out the temporary block. Then on top of them, put 3 slime blocks. Put a block of choice, piston facing up. Now go 3 up from your bottom piston and put 2 to the front of the door, then 2 triple piston extenders to the sides of it, just like so. You can break out your temporary blocks, 2 slime on top of both of those, blocks of choice, and then 3 normal pistons. You can also put a sticky piston facing up right there with a block of choice on its head. Now build out 2 blocks, 3 from the bottom, of each of those triples, and then put 2 double piston extenders there and there. 1 slime on top of both of those, blocks of choice. You can break out your temporary blocks, and then put 4 normal pistons down like so. Now, from this slime, put 2 temporary blocks, and then normal sticky pistons facing up there and there. Blocks of choice on their faces, and then you can break out those sticky pistons. Now once you have that, get out your obsidian, and fill in obsidian in this little V pattern, like so, and then you can fill in the rest of your flooring. Now once you have this, you've finished your bottom layout. Go over here, put down 5 blocks of choice, get out redstone dust, put the dust all along those blocks, put down your input, go over here, down 1 and then 2 more blocks, do the same thing for the other side, down 1 and then 2 more blocks, you can get out a repeater, put another block down right there, then 3 dust, and then a repeater. Now you can put 3 blocks down there, 1 up, 4 tick repeater, and a 1 tick repeater. Observer facing up right there, and an observer facing into this double piston extender, like so. 3 tick repeater running into a block of obsidian, glass, and then dust on those 3 blocks. You're going to want to mirror this over, so dust on those 3 blocks, block down, 3 more blocks, block up, glass, 4 tick repeater, 1 tick, 1 tick, 3 dust, and then your observer facing up, observer facing into the double piston extender, 3 tick repeater, running into it just like so. Now you're going to want to put down 5 blocks, sort of like in a wide V, just like that. Block up, down, up, then another block right there. Dust on those 3, and then a 4th right there. 1 tick repeater, a 4 tick repeater, and a 3 tick repeater on those 2 blocks. Observer facing up right there, and an observer facing in. 2 blocks, a 4 tick repeater, and a 1 tick repeater. Observer facing up right there, and an observer facing in. 2 obsidian, a 3 tick repeater right there, dust on its face. Then put 3 blocks down like so, dust, 2 1-tick repeaters. Then go over here, put a block down right there, torch on the side of that block, 4-tick repeater there, and then an observer facing up into a block right there. Now put a block there and there, 4-tick repeater on that block, dust, and then a block to cut off the dust. Then you're going to want to quickly do a similar thing over for this triple piston extender. Put your observer in, then you can put in your 4-tick repeater, but don't put a block above it quite yet. Put a block there and there, 4-tick repeater, dust, and then a block to cut off the dust. Then put a block there, a block there, and then you're going to need to quickly go up here and put a repeater on that block. You can see there's a repeater on that block now, and put a block in front of it. And now go over to this side and build in your triple piston extender's wiring. So 5 blocks in a wide V, up, down, up, 1-tick repeater, then 4 ticks and 3 ticks, dust, your torch on that block, then you can finally place the block above that observer. 3 blocks like so, 2 dust, and then a third, 2 repeaters, block right there with dust on it. Get out your glass, put 2 glass there and there, with dust on both of them, observer facing up into the side there, 4-tick repeater and a 1-tick repeater, 2 blocks, then put observer facing up and an observer facing to the side right there, 3-tick repeater, 1 dust, and 2 obsidian. Now over on this side, before I forget, place in your 2 glass with 2 dust on top of them. And now when you flick your lever, you should see your triple piston extenders all extend, and your double piston extenders as well. And when you flick your lever again, you can see that they will all retract and the floor will become flat again. Now if you want this piston right here to activate a little bit quicker, you can always place a block and a repeater like so, but as you saw there, it wasn't necessary. Now, to get in your quadruple piston extender, you're going to want to first start here, place a block, another block down, then a torch tower going up, obsidian there, then another obsidian right there. Get out torches, put a torch there, 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 and there. Put a 4-tick repeater on that block. Go 3 blocks behind it, and then put a sticky piston facing towards it with an observer on its face. And go over here and bring a line of redstone down into that piston. Now go over to this side, put a block there, and 4 down, 4-tick repeater on those 2 blocks, dust on those 2, then an observer facing in and an observer facing up. Place a 4-tick repeater on that one, dust, observer facing in, observer facing up, 4-tick repeater, dust, observer facing in, observer facing up, and in this case put a 2-tick repeater and dust. Now put blocks, 3 of them, just like so, 2-tick repeater on that block and dust on the other 2. Now put a block up there, 3 blocks down there like so, and get out your slab and place it right there. Dust on those 2. Then put a 4-tick repeater and a 2-tick repeater there. Dust. 4 observers, like so. Put dust on that observer, then you can get out your glass. 2 glass there, dust on both of them, 1 last glass, and then dust on that. Go over here, put a block down there with a repeater on 1 tick on it. Put a sticky piston right there with a block on its face. Then go over to this block there, 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 and there. Should have 5 blocks there now. 5 dust on those 5 blocks, and then put block down, up, and 2 down. Get out a torch, put it right on the side of that block. 4-tick repeater, 4-tick repeater, and a 2-tick repeater. And now, when you flick your lever, you should see that your quadruple piston extender will all extend. And before I forget again, need to put 3 normal blocks, and then 3 obsidian. And now your quadruple piston extender has its retraction added. You can see it will all retract. Now to get in the part that will flatten the floor, you need to put a sticky piston facing up there with a block on its face. And then an observer right there, block on top of it, and then 5 blocks along like so, with a block up, and then put 4 tick repeaters on all of those blocks. Dust on that one. Now when you flick your lever again, you can see that your quadruple piston extender will extend yet again. And when you flick it off, it will also all retract again, but this time the floor will become flat. And that is your floor circuitry done. One thing that I should note is that because of how this works, you can see that that observer will fire, meaning that this door does have a teeny bit of cooldown time, but it's around about a second, so you just have to count to 1 or 2 before you can flick the lever again. Now to continue on to our walls, put a block there, and build it up to the front of the door. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up, block there and there. Get out your obsidian, put obsidian in a little zigzag pattern like that. 2 up, 2 blocks there, 3 more, and then the inverted of that zigzag pattern. Now you can fill in your wall with blocks all the rest of the way. There you are. Now to get onto the layout, put 3 slime there, 2 slime, 3 sticky pistons, 3 temporary blocks, and then put in your 2 double piston extenders, just like so, and then put a sticky piston right there, and I'll explain why that needs to be there later. Now put a normal piston facing forward right there, and then 3 normal pistons facing forwards in those places, and then 3 terracotta blocks. Now place a sticky piston there, sticky piston there, and that is your layout for the sides, or at least this side, done. Now to get to wiring it, put a block there and there, torch there and there, put a little crosshair of blocks, 1 tick repeater, 2 dust, then put a block down, up, and then an obsidian right there. Dust on those 2. Put a block there, there, and there. On this block, you're going to need to put a 4 tick repeater, and on this one, a 3 tick. Put a block there, block down, up, and then a 2 tick repeater running into that block. Now get out your observers, and put an observer right there, running into a block. 2 more blocks, and then a 2 tick repeater running into that block there, like so. Now, the reason for this piston being here is because when you activate the door now, what you should see is your double piston extender will extend, and when you deactivate the door, this piston gets pulled out of the way. And then the reason for that is because on Java Edition, if I were to power these pistons to flatten the wall, and that sticky piston were still there, it would be activated by quasi-connectivity. So to fix that problem, I just have it pulled out of the way. You can activate it again, and it will all retract. Now to continue, put 2 more blocks like so. Now your torches, torch there and there. 3 blocks, and then an obsidian. 4 dust, and a 5th. Put a block down there, next to that torch, for a tick repeater. Get out your observer, put it there, running into a block. Then get out your glass, put a glass block there. 2 observers facing that way, and then a redstone lamp right there. Put dust on that lamp, dust on those 2 blocks, and then a 3 tick repeater. And now break out this little lever. Put an observer facing down there, a block, and then redstone dust. Now that right there will flatten your wall and take care of the other double piston extender. As you can see, it all extends. When you flick the lever again, the wall becomes flat again. Now to get in your triple piston extender, you're going to want to go over here, build about 5 blocks to the back. Yep, and then block up, and then another block up. Put a block there and there. There are your torches. Put a torch there, there, and there. Put a block on top of that torch. Then a block up there. Obsidian right there. And then put dust, dust. Cut off that dust. And then 2 more dust there and there. 2 1-tick repeaters on those 2 blocks. Block up, obsidian, 4-tick repeater, dust, and then a block right there. Now, there's going to be a little extra bit here as well. Get out glass, put it there. 2 blocks, then 2 glass, and then another block, and then put dust on all of those. The reason for this is, on Java Edition, I was afraid that this 4-tick repeater activating these 2 pistons would cause issues with either directionality or locationality. I don't know if those are the correct terms, but we're going with it. So I put this in as a fix so that this piston would be powered before that 4-tick repeater would activate, meaning that this piston wouldn't be able to push when it was in the extended state, when it was extending. So when you give the lever a flick, you can see, oh, forgot, you need to put dust on those 5 blocks. But now that you have that, you can see your triple piston extender will extend. When you flick it again, it will all retract. Now to get in that final block in the wall flattening process, put 2 observers facing down there, running into a block, and then a 4-tick repeater on top of it. And once you have that, you flick your lever, you can see that your walls are all completed. And there you are. Now copying it over is a pretty straightforward process, so I'll let you all do that yourselves. So now once you have your walls both put in, you're going to want to go up here and start building out your ceiling. First with the back layer, then go to the middle, put a block of obsidian, fill in the rest of the layer, 2 blocks of obsidian, fill in the rest of that layer, and then build 2 blocks of choice, then 2 obsidian, 2 blocks of choice, and then obsidian, and then 2 more obsidian, 1 on either side like so. Now go over here, put 3 blocks of choice, 2 more, and then put a total of 6 slime there with 2 more. Build up 3 temporary blocks, and then put your triple piston extenders in. Break out your temporary blocks. Put your normal pistons facing down in, and then put your sticky piston facing down, block on its face. Then put in your 2 temporary blocks, 3 from the top, and then your double piston extenders. Break out the temporary blocks. Put in your normal pistons. Then put 2 temporary blocks in, and then your sticky pistons facing down on either side, with blocks on their faces. And now you can finish filling in the rest of your ceiling. Now, once you have that, go over to this piston right here. Put a block there, 2 dust, 2 more blocks, 2 more dust, repeater, block, block. Do this for the other side as well. It's technically not necessary, but I like symmetry, so you don't have to do this next bit. For this side, you can just completely ignore those two little blocks there, but I like putting them in again just for the sake of symmetry. Now, once you've got that done, get out your glass, put a block there, there, and there, with dust on all 3 of them. Block there, 2-tick repeater with dust on its face. Then put an observer facing down right there, and put a 4-tick repeater that way, and then another observer facing in, and then a block. So now go over to this side again and do the exact same thing. Put your 3 glass blocks in, with dust on all of them. Block there, 2-tick repeater, and then dust. Then an observer facing down right there with a repeater on its face. Observer, and then a block. And now once you've done that, you can start getting ready to wire up your triple piston extenders. So put 2 blocks there and then an obsidian. Same on the other side. Build out 2 blocks from there with then an observer facing down, and then another observer facing down right there. 4-tick repeaters on both of them, and then under that, a 2-tick repeater. Put a block there, block up, 2 blocks there, and then a block right there. 3 dust, and then a repeater, and then dust on that block, 2 more blocks, dust on both of them, 2 more glass with dust on both of them, a block, and then a 2-tick repeater. Put your observers facing in, obsidian, block, and then 2 dust, and then put a block there, 2 blocks there, dust, and then a 1-tick repeater. Block up, 2 blocks there, dust, and then a 3-tick repeater. And then go over to this side and do the exact same thing. So 2 blocks out, observer facing down, you can break out the temporary blocks, and then 2 blocks further down, put a 4-tick repeater. Then you can put in your observers. 4-tick repeater there, and then a 2-tick repeater. Put in your 2 blocks, block there, there, and there. Repeater, 2 or 3 dust, then dust, block, dust, block, dust. 2 more glass blocks, 2 more dust, block there, 2-tick repeater, and then 2 more dust. You can fill in these blocks, obsidian, and then block of choice. Then put observers there and there, running into blocks, block down there, block up, block down, block up, 2 dust, and then 2-tick repeaters on those 2 blocks. And then take an, or before you do that, put block up, 2 down, dust, repeater, block up, 2 down, dust, and then a 3-tick repeater. And then put an observer there, block there, and there. Break out this block for a little while to put in an observer facing down. 4-tick repeater, 4-tick repeater, then a block. Put that block back, and now put 2 blocks there, block right there, dust on both of those, and then a 2-tick repeater on those blocks. And then once you have that, that is your door completed. So now when you give your lever a flick, you should see that it all closes, and when you flick it again, you will see that it'll all open, and the floor will become flat again. Hope you all enjoyed this real quick tutorial. I'm actually pretty excited to see what else can be done, you know, universal. Because if this can be done universal, I wonder what else can be done universal. Luckily, my piston extender algorithm was robust enough to mostly survive the switch over to Java Edition. So I didn't have to change up too much to create this door here. So I guess I will probably be doing a few more universal things, bigger universal things, between Java and Bedrock Edition. Yeah, that's just about it for this video. I'm ViscoseComb24, and I'll see you next time.